As the 2023 Africa Mining Indaba kicks off tomorrow, the biggest industry event on the continent, the Council for Scientific and Industrial Research is expected to unveil what it says is a people-centered digital solution for Africa's biggest mining conference. CSIR says that these solutions are aimed at enhancing the safety of mine workers through training on hazardous underground incidents. For more on the story, I'm joined now by Sibongile Ntsoelengoe, Executive Manager for Future Production and Mining at the Research Council. Ms. Ntsoelengoe, thank you for your time. To start off with, for those of us who are not up to speed on mining technology, where does virtual reality fit in?
Good day, and good day to your viewers. Thank you very much for having us. Just to step back, the CSIR, which stands for Council for Scientific and Industrial Research. So we have recently launched our strategy, organizational strategy, that really identifies high impact sectors, of which the mining industry is one. And we believe that South Africa, could carve out competitive advantage to stimulate overall economic growth through us supporting these high impact industries. And we embarked on a journey back in 2020 to really partner with the industry in identifying these unique opportunities. And through extensive engagements with the industry, we have developed what we call a CSIR for mining strategy, which is a fit-for-purpose innovation roadmap with key themes focusing on supporting zero harm and sustainable mining. So to coming to your question, how is it that we're supporting, zero harm in the industry? So we have been in existence, the organization is over 75 years old, and we have developed capabilities over the years. Just to mention a few, we have our independent safety and testing services that has been in existence, over 60 years now. Where we conduct annual monitoring and legislated performance and acceptance testing, on which devices such as self-rescuers, which are breathing devices in the industry that are really a lifeline, provides oxygen lifeline to mine workers underground in case of an emergency. This year we're really excited as we are launching, one of or several of our innovations. To mention a few, we have what we call a competency-based safety training solution, which is really an immersive a solution that uses a virtual reality, and it provides mine workers with a safe, simulated environment where experiential training and know-how can be gained to ensure that mine workers really are prepared to adequately respond to near real emergency situations. So just to give you an example, most of us have been on air flights, and the air hostess normally tells you how to put on oxygen device during an emergency, but very little of us can really say we know how to do it. So similarly, in the industry, what we're providing is through technology. We are then exposing mine workers to these emergency situations and seeing how they are able to respond, and ensuring that, through knowledge and, training, that they then become competent to ensure that they respond adequately to these situations.
So you've identified mining as a high-impact industry. You're working on these technologies to help with mine workers' safety. In concrete terms, what does the training look like? Is it putting on a headset and then having a simulated fire, or perhaps a shaft collapse unfold in front of you and then having to fulfill certain functions? How does it practically work? Can you give us an idea and sort of paint the picture for us?
All right, great. And so it starts off obviously with the knowledge. It's important that the trainees get the necessary knowledge. So this we do through an e-learning environment where there is several modules that the trainee or the mine worker will have to undertake and to be assessed in terms of do they understand the knowledge. And then once, they have been assessed, obviously this they can do at their own leisure. And following that, the second phase is where they are then, they come to our area, or we can, offer the solution at their area. But really, this uses virtual reality headsets like goggles, where we simulated certain situations, and the trainee is able to then wear these goggles and be immersed in the environment to identify the hazards and also to go through practically, step by step as to those hazards and how they're then able to identify and respond adequately. Then the last phase is a real immersive experience where we've built we're in a process of building a mock mine, which will be at Kalo Road offices in Johannesburg, where the trainees would then be exposed to this environment. As I'm saying, it's a mock mine, so it looks like a mining environment, it feels like a mining environment, but then, we expose the learners to a safe environment where they are then exposed, for instance, to a smoke where there is, a fire, for instance, underground, and them being able to get to a refuge bay safely.
So I see in some of the details about your stand at the Mining Indaba, there's talk of a ground-penetrating radar, 3D mine planning modeling, and then some technology to help with trackless mobile machines and stopping them crashing into one another. Are these all unique technologies to CSIR? And if so, have you obtained intellectual property rights for them that you could then, leverage in order to sell these products to other sectors or other countries?
Thanks for the question. So yes, these are bespoke solutions, coming from the CSIR. Just to talk about the digital twin, this is a collision prevention tool that uses artificial intelligence, machine learning, digital twin technology to evaluate risk associated with vehicle interaction. The bespoke solution really comes in with taking the environment into account, where driver behavior, for instance, comes into effect. So we monitor, how a specific driver would then respond to their mine environment and how they get from one point to another, to really predict and provide a tool that gives you a view of how safely will that mine worker get to their destination that is being required. But we also take into consideration the control measures that are being placed to ensure that we minimize these. Just to mention to the viewers, the incidents associated with trackless mobile machinery contributes to the second largest contributor to fatalities in South Africa, and hence our focus to provide this tool to ensure that mine workers and drivers are safe. So to your question, are these solutions bespoke? Yes, these solutions are bespoke. Actually, we developed this tool in collaboration with the industry over a period of 12 to 18 months, and we are currently piloting it at a real mine site. Have we patented some of the solutions? No. Some of the solutions are, like, for instance, the ground penetrating radar. The CSIR has had radar capabilities over 70 years. And yes, we have developed a GPR technology, and now we are actually taking it a step further, where we're looking at using GPR, but with airborne, for instance, UAVs, unmanned aerial vehicles, where we are able to use these tools, which are geophysics tools, to then deploy them without a human being there, but rather for us to integrate these tools and rather get the analysis and the platform going.
Certainly sounds like your stand at the Mining Indaba is going to be quite an interesting one to visit. Perhaps one of our reporters will visit it. That was the Council for Scientific and Industrial Research's Sibongile Ntsoelengoe, Executive Manager for Future Production Mining in that sector.